Guys, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As you come on in, don't forget to like the video. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Hold on, let me just make sure all my stuff. Okay. Make sure you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how you would rate this episode. We're live on, of course, the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, but we're also live on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Hey, everyone. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and be sure to subscribe to our guest channel. As you know, we have a weekly collaboration with Grace Report and Lailah Lynn, and the ladies are here this week. Let me bring them up. Ladies, what's going on?
What's up, you guys? Guys, I have to say, I'm so happy today because I just bought, my friends and I, we bought our tickets for Afro Nation in Portugal next year.
What's Afro Nation?
When they have a concert for 3 days, and it's just like Afrobeats. It's Afrobeats from like Nigeria. French artists are going to be there. There's Portuguese artists as well. It's just like a big celebration of Afrobeats. Burna Boy, Megan Thee Stallion was there last year. Oh, it's going to be so good.
When is it?
June 27, 8, 9. No, 28, 29, 30th. Yes, you guys.
Look, I might see you there. Look, you never, I didn't know. Wow. That's exciting. Okay, what's going on with you, Lailah? You're back from Mexico.
I'm working on something for my channel. You know what? And I don't think I'm going to announce it quite yet, but I am working on something for my channel, something big.
All right. Let me just hold on one sec. I'm excited to hear that because you ladies are always working and working hard. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to their channels so you don't miss out on what they're working on, all their hot topics that they're covering, and when we do our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac. All right, live chat. All right, let me know. How would you rate the... hold on, Foxy. I'll continue. Let me know how you'd rate this episode between 1 and 10. I'm going to start with you, Lailah. How would you rate this episode? Because I know it's been a little shaky for you this season.
Yeah, it's been a lot shaky. The highest I can give it is a 5 because I don't like and I don't like the power that they are giving Mia. And when I say they, not only the other castmates, but production, they're really letting her make a lot of decisions that affect the other castmates. And I don't think they've punished her for being violent.
That's a good point. Okay.
Yeah. I completely agree. I was when I put it in your poll in the chat, I put like a 4 or 5 range, I believe it was, for the same reason. I felt like, why is Mia still like holding all the cards like this? I really don't like her attitude. She is power tripping so hard, and it's just really gross to watch. And then of course there's Robyn, who just aggravates me every episode as well.
I really thought maybe this season that Robyn would have her like moment, and I don't know why I thought that.
She started off strong. It's just she flopped so hard.
I don't think we should be surprised. And we have to talk about the mid-season trailer before we end this live today. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I see you guys. We will get to super chats in a second. We appreciate them, but we also appreciate you liking the video, because liking the video will allow creators like us that look like us, that cover content like us, will start to show up on your algorithm, no matter of the size of the channel. So be sure to like the video. We appreciate it. All right, let's just start from the top. Okay, I'll say this about and how I would rate the episode. I would rate this episode a 7, and I'm only going to give it a 7 because of what happens at the end. The fact that we still get footage, and I'm still waiting on the Kathy Hilton meltdown in Aspen footage. The fact that Ashley's recording, Robyn's calling on FaceTime, they're making sure that we have content. So that's why I'm going to give this particular episode a 7. But overall, I feel like the Miami trip was a flop. I'm not having fun.
Yeah, it's not fun to watch at all. I agree.
And they're just in the intentional trying to ice Wendy out. Let's just start there because you know how we do. We jump around. How do you feel about how they're icing Wendy out and Wendy deciding, I'm going to stay in Miami because I want to celebrate Karen.
I hate to say it, you guys, but Mia's friend Jacqueline, she kind of ate when she asked, well, what is Candace doing here? This is your homegirl. She's all the way over there in a hotel. What are you doing here? And mind you, Candace doesn't like half the women there. Like, she's got beef with them. They're making up false allegations about her husband. So it is true. Like, as a friend, I would have been with my friend in the hotel. And especially more so when you look at the options of who she has to stay with, right? That did look a little weird.
Okay. Oh, goodness.
I feel like the underlying thing, and y'all can let me know if I'm right or wrong, is money. Like, with the reason Wendy wants to stay is because they get paid per episode and she wants the money. Like, if you already get attacked, you get attacked, twice, once with the water and once with the purse, and then to lose money on top of that by leaving, I feel like that's like the underlying issue. And so even with Candace, I feel like she's staying, like, it's to prove a point, like, you're not going to take money out of my pocket. That's how if it's about money, if it's about pay per episode, that's how I see it.
She can still film from the hotel room. She can still get her coin to feed Chris.
Yeah, you got to be in the circle. Like,
but here's the thing with that. I feel like if Candace did, because I agree with you, Grace, when Mia's representative, that's how we're going to refer to her this entire life. I agree with Mia's representative because I feel as if Candace went to that hotel, cameras, producers would be sort of forced, like, okay, 2 of our stars are over in another place. We need to film what's going on over there, like they did with the Trina situation. So I feel like that sort of could have forced their hand. But I've been saying this throughout the season and last season that I don't feel like there's a deep friendship between. I think they like each other, and I think there's an association between Wendy and Candace, but I don't feel like there's a deep friendship. And I do believe that, like Lailah, you said that for some reason Candace wants to be approved by these ladies. She wants a friendship with the snake, aka Ashley. I'm seeing the snake situation from her so much this season. I mean, she's always been a little bit of a snake, but this season it's standing out. She's trying to keep her position as a housewife on this show. She needs a producer credit this episode specifically.
Yeah,
she put in work.
In Wendy's book, Wendy was like, she's not really close to anybody. It was the way she's raised. She's like, her closest friend would be her sister. So now that I read her book, I kind of understand why there's not that closeness there, because Wendy is not that close to anybody.
Oh, wow.
Well,
that's why we need you ladies, because you all are. We have thank you to Grace for listening to Reasonably Shady, because nobody else wants to. And Lailah read the book. We can't do this without you. Oh my God. But it does give context. It does give context. And the other thing that I mentioned this in one of my videos where I was talking about Wendy's interview with Carlos King on his podcast, and she was talking about why you see her switching from job to job and wanting to try all these different things, and she explains it really at length. And I was like, okay, that gives me a different perspective. I just kind of wish you would say that more on the show so that we could, see that she is insecure, and that's okay. Yeah. We all have insecurities. I just kind of wish we would. I have to be honest though. At the top of this episode, when Wendy was not at Karen's, I think, birthday party. I'm still waiting for the Karen celebration. I didn't realize that Wendy wasn't there until someone pointed it out. Did you?
Now that I think about it, no, and that's not a good sign.
To be honest, you guys, do you guys really care for her that much as a cast member? I kind of feel like we can do without her. It's not that I dislike her or anything like that, but she doesn't stick out to me that much.
Yeah. Look. And I think the reason why people are like, yes, Queen Wendy, is because the Green Eyed Bandits are clearly being mean girls to her. So you want to, root for her. But as a person on the show and what you're supposed to bring to be entertaining, she's not. Okay, wait. So can we just take a sidebar? So, I don't watch that show, Watch What Happens Live.
I love your beef with Andy.
you know I don't watch that show, but I do watch the clips because of what we do, and I'm glad that we did. And I think his name is Matt Rogers. He was a guest with Candace last night, and plus Candace was going to be on it, so I was like, okay, it might be somewhat interesting. And Matt says that we should bring back the woman that we don't speak of, but we'll speak of her today, Askale. And when Candace confronted Andy about it, Andy was like, well, humana. Okay, go ahead, Lailah.
Are y'all more entertained by Wendy or Askale? Because I don't feel like I've heard like y'all like either one of them.
Yeah, they don't kick the table for me. I would prefer just starting fresh or keeping who we have right now. Because we already have a lot of cast members, right? I feel like it'd be nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying I want Wendy out. I feel like I would prefer to get Robyn out before Wendy. I'm just saying we didn't notice because she's not that exciting or captivating.
Okay, look, I think I've said enough about Askale. Askale might think I don't like her. Askale, I think you're just too normal for the show. You weren't entertaining. And I don't need you to pull anyone's hair. I don't need you to cuss anyone out. I just need you to be more entertaining than just your fashions. I can go look at Vogue or Instagram for the fashions. And then Candace was really trying to convince Andy last night, yeah, I'm still friends with, Askale. We hang out. She's entertaining. Even her lovely husband. No. I'm sorry, Askale.
Oh my God. You had to bring her husband into it.
No, because sometimes the husbands are entertaining. You're like, okay, the husband's entertaining. Let's bring them on. They both were just a normal, lovely couple, and that is fantastic for you, but not for us.
It's true. I felt secondhand embarrassment for her last season where she had this event or something and the girls start fighting and she tells her husband, do my friends scare you? I was like, this poor girl does not know she's getting dropped and they are not her friends. Stop it. Do you remember that scene? That made me laugh so hard.
I'm sorry, Askale. I think you're beautiful. First of all, she's beautiful. The fashions are fantastic. The gowns. Beautiful gowns. Anyways, we'll move on. Let's focus. But okay, so Karen's birthday dinner. It turns out it's Mia. Mia's not doing anything. Her representative comes down because Mia is feeling under the weather. And they are deciding that they're going to have these fire throwers and they're making Karen real hot and bothered. And apparently this is going to be Karen's birthday celebration. And then they go through some of their favorite Karen moments. I have to say that was a highlight of the episode for me. What is your favorite Karen moment, ladies?
I think my wig shift, with Candace, when Candace was trying to fix her wig, that was my favorite moment. I love that.
It's classic.
Yeah. Right? Absolutely. I just love her so much. Everything is so funny to me. I love that. I even love the one where Candace is wearing the wig and she laughed so hard she almost fell out. Because I remember she was depressed at that point. I think her parents had just passed. She was having issues with Ray. He wouldn't say he loved her. So just seeing her so happy in that moment was really cute for me too. I like both.
I have to say the clankly clank moment with Ashley.
Yeah.
Classic Karen. I think Karen, although delusional at times, I'm okay with that with our housewives. I'm okay with her being delusional. Yeah. I'm okay with her being a hypocrite sometimes too.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I know. You're not?
No, because I really feel bad for Wendy. Like, for her to get assaulted and then somebody to equate what she said with somebody physically assaulting her and act like it's on the same level. I am so not okay with that. So no, I'm not okay with Karen being a hypocrite.
Okay, good point. All right, damn it. This is why we have these. This is why we have these shows, so we can have these conversations. You don't want to come here and all of us agree. Just. I mean, we can. Of course, we have our moments. But I like being challenged. But you have a point. You have a point. You know, I love to work on the fence. I wasn't working on the fence with that particular topic, but here we are. All right, we'll move on from this lame party. Okay, because the fire starters, I think if we were all there, it would have been quite entertaining. But at this point in our lives, in 2022, almost 2023, I think we've seen it plenty of times.
Yeah.
I wasn't moist from that, Karen.
But the Potomac girls, they don't get out much. I feel like our lives are probably more luxurious than theirs. They do not give luxury at all.
So, and that little boat thing.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh my
Lord.
God, we're gonna get there in a second. Let me just say thank you. We got quite a few super chats. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. We do appreciate you supporting the channel any way that you can. Liking the video also supports the channel. Lynn, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate you. Miss House, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, "How about Candace saying that she only trusted Robyn, not Wendy, not Curran, but Robyn? I don't care. Ashley is a top tier housewife. Candace did say that about Curran." I love how you guys say Karen's name. A mess. Kia, thank you so much for the super chat. Kia says Candace wasn't playing with them heifers at dinner. Well, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it because I got thoughts. Danielle, thank you so much for the super chat. Danielle says if Robyn can stay for this
Long.
young, yeah, I was about to say for this long, surely Wendy can't. No, I don't agree with that because I feel like Robyn in the early years brought a little bit more. Yeah, in the early years, first season.
No,
okay.
she's always a follower.
Yeah.
Love that part. Make it make sense. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, nobody watches Potomac for fashion. Nobody.
No. And by the way, speaking of that, we don't talk enough about Ashley's sense of style. What was that leotard? What was that?
I had to go back and watch that. I was like, wait,
Yeah, I'm
what
trying
is
to
happening?
remember. What color was it?
Black, right?
It was black, and then it had all these slits on it. It looked.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I was like, that is Fashion Nova. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So cheap.
Always. Her and Robyn and Giselle, they always look like they shop at like, and there's nothing wrong with Fashion Nova. I think like some people can look chic in it, but for them, they always go for like the most like literally cheap looking thing. And then I remember her outfit last week as well, that dress that was way too short. Like, she can't dress either. We need to call it out. I'm sorry. It just was so unflattering. Oh.
Okay. Okay. This is what it reminded me. Thank you, Mika, because I couldn't remember who the designer was because we saw a couple of people wear this outfit on I think Watch What Happens Live. I think I forgot who it was. Mika said that was Mugler. Bootleg Mugler. Thank you, Justin.
Yeah.
Mugler. Sorry. Look.
The quality was not there to be Mugler. I don't believe.
Yeah, I Fashion Nova. I really feel like it was Fashion Nova.
Can we find out? I mean, Ashley was wearing a quinceañera, what you call it, jewelry, in one of her confessionals. I saw someone like that and how much it cost. Look, I don't care how much it costs as long as it looks good.
Right.
All right. Thank you. Make it make sense for another super chat. Oh wait, no, I already read this one, but I know you sent another one. Hold on. Miss Howe, thank you so much. She says, name something memorable. Askale. There we go. We'll wait.
I liked her hair. I really liked her hair.
Y'all are not helping in this case.
Her shaky voice.
Thank you for another super chat. She says, favorite Karen moment. Is Jamal coming? Of course not. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I love Karen. I do. Zoe, Zoe says, clink, clink. He better not drop the soap. Sherry, thank you for the super chat. Sherry says, all of Karen's moments are hilarious to me. Karen trying to drive the Lamborghini was hilarious. I called it riding with Miss Daisy, aka Karen. All right. And make it make sense. Thank you for another super chat. Doth protest too much with all that moisture talk.
Ooh. You know what, you guys, by the way, Mims, he got an interview with Jacqueline's sister on his channel. I haven't gotten to watch it yet, but I'm really excited to see that on his channel.
Who? Yeah. Oh, Mia's representative.
Yes, sorry, with Mia's representative. Well, no, the representative's sister. He got an exclusive with her. Yeah.
Oh, I saw a quick little snippet of what she posted on social media. I'm not that interested in friend ofs on that level. Unless they're dropping something that, it's not something that we did not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know about Mia. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Mia's been fake and fraudulent, but of course, support Mims and watch the interview. But I'm just saying, like, I'm like, all these side characters. I'm like, at least the one side character should be interesting. Just saying.
But you know what? I would love to have Jacqueline as an actual housewife now, replace Robyn, and then have her and all her side characters come for Mia. That'd be incredible.
I would prefer that. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Let her turn on camera, like on screen. Give her flute, whatever it is.
Live chat, replay crew. Do you agree? Do you want to see Jack? I don't know if I like Jacqueline enough, although she's bringing a lot more than what's her name? Charisse. Lazy eyelashes. That one. Just asking.
Oh, it's true.
Okay, hold on. Let me say thank you. We got another super chat here, and I feel like I missed it. And I want to save it. Hold on. Did I miss it? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I think I got it. Did I get it? Oh, yeah, I did get it. Okay. All right. Let's move back. Let's move back in. So at this particular, damn, we're still in the first scene. I apologize. I'm going to keep the focus. All right. So at this first conversation, this is where we get the Mia representative conversation, because at one point when Candace is, addressing the ladies about, Wendy not being there and everything like that, Jacqueline chimes in defense of her friend Mia. And Candace is like, I will not be bombarded by Mia's representative. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. But this goes back to the whole conversation about Wendy not being there. And that was the moment that I realized, like, oh yeah, she's not there. Mm-hmm. Oof. All right. So Mia and Jacqueline discussed the whole Candace situation. We talked a little bit about that at the top of this, where I agree with you, Grace, that Jacqueline does, as a representative, did bring up a good point. If you're such good friends with Wendy and you're not happy with the way she's been treated, why are you not there with her? Why are you not staying with her? Because honestly, I think she probably would feel a little bit more comfortable staying with Wendy. And then we can see that dynamic a little bit better. It makes me, I think it's interesting that we're not seeing her do something like that.
I think it's purposeful. I think it's more like stand your ground. Like you're in this Airbnb. This is where I was told to be, and this is where I am. Like, I'm not leaving. I see it like,
okay.
If it was me and it was my castmate, I feel like I would stay. You know what I mean? If it was my real friend, I would either go with my real friend or bring my real friend back and see what they're going to do. You know what I mean? But in this situation, yeah, I would stay.
Okay. Grace?
Well, they portray themselves as being real friends. So that's why it doesn't look very good to me personally. And I feel like it's just a good example of why they're such easy targets, right? There's no loyalty between the two of them. They can't even team up against the bandits. I think that's the real reason why people the others go after them. It's too easy. There's no loyalty. So
do you feel like Ashley had Wendy's back more this episode than Candace did?
Yeah, I would say so. And I don't think it's genuine either, but she performed a lot better than Candace. That's for sure.
Performative help, you think?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm like, the only person that can probably trust Ashley, and I'm using trust loosely, is Michael Darby. And we get that little brief scene where she's FaceTiming with her mom and she's saying, oh, Michael misses me. And is he just missing? Okay. And then we get this other conversation with Candace and Charisse about Ashley and her divorce. And Candace basically is saying what you ladies have been saying all along, is that you don't believe that this divorce is real. What did you ladies think about that? Have you changed your stance on whether or not you think this divorce is real?
I would have to see the paperwork because I haven't seen finalized divorce papers. I don't think it was real. I don't know what it is, but I don't think it was real.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I'm with Candace on that. I don't think it's a real divorce. And I also don't believe it's Ashley's choice. I think Michael is the one who decided to kind of orchestrate this.
Why though?
Well, he's tired. Maybe he's tired of the way that they talk about him, like season after season. He doesn't want to appear on the show anymore. Mm-hmm. Maybe he does want to explore other people, and Ashley doesn't want that. So he's like, okay, well, I guess we'll divorce. I don't know if you're watching season 2 of My Unorthodox Life, but right now,
oh my God, I am.
Isn't it crazy? I'm so okay. We have to talk about it.
Yeah.
But the guy, he sits her down and he's like, okay, we're going to divorce, but not divorce on paper. So I think it's one of those, let's live separate lives things. And Ashley wants to portray it like it's her choice, but I'm sorry. I don't think that man I don't think he's even liked her, like outside of love, but for a long while, by the way he's treated her over the years. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's her choice.
I don't know now. I have to say, in the beginning, I really believed that this divorce was real, but I don't believe Ashley was, blindsided when it was leaked. Because as I've said this before, countless times, according to sources, allegedly, she was talking openly about this before it was revealed. Mm-hmm. So Ashley, and based on Ashley's behavior this season, this snake behavior makes me look at her very different. I'm just like, oh, I can't trust Ashley. I don't want to turn my back on Ashley.
Never.
Dang.
Never. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to jump around because we're already almost a half hour in. Guys, if you're just joining us, I'm here with Lailah Lynn and Grace Report for our weekly collaboration every single Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And we switch from my channel to her channel to Lailah's channel. We do all that every single Monday for the season of the Real Housewives of Potomac. So be sure to subscribe to these ladies and follow them on their social media and check out their content as well. All right. So Mia is a terrible host.
The worst.
Because now we're having the group separate. And it's not the first time we've seen housewives separate during a group trip. I think it was unexpected for all of us that they were going to separate. And she's sending one of the groups, I think it was Robyn. What was it? Robyn, Candace. I can't remember. Wendy was eventually invited because Candace makes the idea, oh, can we invite, Wendy? And Robyn's in the backseat like an immature kid. And then Candace is like, well, I want to ask you, Robyn, are you okay with it? And she's like, I mean, I don't care. Well, all that huffing and puffing.
Right.
No.
But we think that they're going maybe on a yacht, a boat. No, they're going on one of those little, I don't know what they even call that thing. Have you ever done that?
I don't like those things. Like when I like to chill. Like I don't want to work.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't like that either. And I think the ladies were like, if I had known, I wouldn't have wore what I wore. So Mia is a terrible host, and selfish because her trip for her, Karen and Jacqueline is to, go check out Lamborghinis and ride around, and Karen's getting moist into people's car. But I still love Karen. Which one ladies, which one would you want to have done?
The cars, I think. But can I tell you guys something? When they were riding around in those cars, I was like, this is how budget Potomac is. Because on the other shows, it's normal to be rolling around in these cars. You know what I mean? And then these are supposed to be rich housewives and they're excited by a Lambo. I'm sorry, but... And then on the other side, they're eating gas station sandwiches and stuff like that, paddling on a boat. Oh my God.
I should do better.
Please.
Do what you did in Dubai. Make it seem like they're rich. Okay, focus, people. You didn't hear that from me. Brianna, thank you so much for the super chat. Brianna says favorite Karen moment is when she gave us the Wendy slip. She has so many moments. Like I can't even pick one. Thank you, Brianna. Look, we just were rehashing and reliving that last week. All right, let's focus. Guys, we have, how many people we got in the building? We have almost 2,200 people watching on multiple platforms, guys. Be sure to like the video if you haven't already, and be sure to subscribe to Lailah Lynn's channel, to Grace Report's channel, and to mine. You're here, subscribe, all right? So you can be a part of the community and be a part of the live chat. All right. And don't forget live chat to vote in our YouTube poll. And based on what I've seen so far, with over almost 1,200 votes, you guys rated this episode of Real Housewives of Potomac between 7 and 10. That's pretty good.
Wow.
All right. That's pretty good.
You didn't rate it. What's your rating?
7. I said 7.
Okay.
And it's only because of what happens towards the end. All right, let's get there. So we have the groups separate. Wendy is invited because Candace is like, and this is why I can appreciate Candace and Ashley in this episode, is that they're trying to include Wendy despite the other ladies trying to alienate them. And at this point, back to what Lailah said at the top of this, I'm shocked that production allowed Mia to continue with this trip.
Yeah.
Because you literally threw something on someone and then you tried to hit her with your bag.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Wendy's the one being punished? That is like, okay, I don't understand it. I don't get it, but it is what it is. All right. Okay. Just a sidebar. How are we feeling about Charisse still? Change your mind this week?
I started with an open mind.
Okay.
Like Charisse. But it's almost going like sour. Like the more I watch, the more I dislike her. Like I don't see why she's there. I don't see what she adds to the show.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's space available. Like you can take Charisse out. There's a slot available for someone.
Even with the mid-season trailer, that didn't change your mind?
Well, that's a moment. And that's how she is now, a friend of the show. But I'm just thinking being on the show.
show.
But yeah, that's just a moment.
Okay, Grace.
Yeah, I started with a closed mind, and she justified why it was closed. Yeah, honestly, like the only thing she's looking for is a confrontation with Karen, and then we see it in the trailer. But it's like, at your age, this is all you want to do is like fight with this one girl over her marriage that doesn't concern you at all. Like, why are you even here? Like, you left your home to do this. I don't know.
I guess she needs the money. You know, they're on the internet today on Twitter trying to expose her for renting. So I guess she needs the money. Like, she wants the fame, she wants the money. You know?
I think we need to start normalizing. And look, I get it. Renting is not, necessarily the best thing to do financially. But it's funny. I was swiping through TikTok, the TikTok lives, and an expert in this field says, renting, especially like places here in New York, is not necessarily the best thing. However, it actually can be the best thing, like in a place like New York City, because you can end up saving more, but you have to be diligent about saving in regards to that. So when you crunch the numbers, you can actually save more by renting versus owning a home. Yes, in the future, especially here in New York, you're not going to be able to buy a home like that very easily. So I think we need to start not normalizing it, but at least keeping an open mind that renting is not necessarily bad depending on your situation.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
But Charisse used to drag Giselle for renting. I think that's why people are exposing her. Yeah, she used to drag her for exactly that.
Okay, good point. Okay, and this is why you ladies are here. All right, we're gonna move on because I didn't feel like the group outings were entertaining or interesting. I mean, we had a little moments, like with Karen getting moist in the Lamborghini. All right, Mia, you're not doing it for us. Okay. So Robyn pulls Giselle aside in their room and shows her Candace's Instagram live. But she specifically says, she didn't show her the Instagram live. She shows her a clip from a blog post. Shout out to our friends over at lovebscott.com. It was their information that they highlighted on the show. So it says to me that, hey, Robyn, she's watching the blogs. Okay. she's watching the blogs. And instead of confronting and going to Candace and saying, Candace, what is this you're saying about all of us? She goes to her bestie, Giselle, and brings it up and says, look what she's saying about all of us. I think she's more upset that she's been wrapped up in being called out a panhandler and all the things. But come to find out, if you watch the entire Instagram live, she promotes Robyn's embezzle hats. So I'm like, okay, ladies, reaction to the whole Instagram situation, because later on in this episode, Robyn decides to pull out her Bluetooth speaker and play the clip where she says, none of these hoes are loyal and da-da-da-da. Grace, I'll start with you. Your reaction to Robyn and her receipts.
She's very corny. She's very corny. Like you guys said, she removed... She's trying so hard, the poor thing. But like, she removed a lot of the context, and the fact that Candace was actually like praising her and not talking about her, it just shows how fake she is at the end of the day. And I think that's why Candace was so hurt at the end when she really confronted. But why didn't Candace say that at the table? That's what I wonder.
Yeah, good point. Lailah?
Yeah, I feel like Robyn is really trying. And we've established, that her peach is in jeopardy. You know what I mean? So I feel like, she's going to Giselle. First of all, she has to get permission from Giselle to have this moment. But she's really looking for a moment. And I feel like she thought she found it in this Instagram live, in the little clip. Wasn't what she thought.
Well, this sparks conversation and back and forth. And I have to say this. A part of me, and I think Grace and I, we said this at the top of the season, we're trying to root for Candace this season. We're trying to keep an open mind this season for Candace. But anyone else that was a little disappointed in her response to Robyn pulling that up, and then Ashley pivoting and saying, well, you also brought up Karen and her rumors. But sidebar. She also says, I don't loop you. Candace says, I don't loop Robyn in, I feel like you're the most loyal. And then Karen's like, and Wendy's like, what? Like, oh, Karen, I don't think, and then Karen was like, all right.
Yeah.
Until Ashley decides to, production hat on and is like, well, no, remember what you said to me when we were hanging out about Karen and these other men? All right, Lailah.
I told y'all that from the trailer, from the season trailer, that I didn't like that moment she had with Ashley where she was trying to gossip about Karen to Ashley to try to bond with Ashley. I knew it was going to come back to bite her because a snake will always come back and bite you. So I'm not surprised that Ashley did it. I don't love the way Candace handled it. Sometimes it's kind of like, girl, are they wearing you down? You know what I mean? Like with all of them coming at you. The first time at the first dinner scene, she was kind of handling them. You know what I mean? Going around to each one and handling them. But at this point, it seemed like they starting to wear her down or something because she handled
crying
really different. Yeah.
Grace?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all said it when that episode aired. Like, Candace, what are you doing? This is Ashley you're talking to. And then Karen is supposed to be kind of like on friendly terms with you. So why gossip about her marriage, especially when your storyline this season is about how the other girls are gossiping about your own marriage? It just wasn't smart. And I felt like she was the snake in that instance for even bringing it up. You know, Ashley's a snake for going back to Karen, but if Candace didn't say it, if she didn't go behind her friend's back, it never would have happened anyway. They're both snakes.
Damn. I have to say, I was really shocked in that moment because I was like, I expected Candace to, and it might be what you're saying. She probably just was wore out at this point because she does start crying, but she does lie in that moment in regards to what she said about Karen. She's like, that doesn't even sound like me. Roll it, and you know this was being filmed.
Yeah.
So I think that's so interesting that people like you do remember that it was filmed, right? Or maybe she generally didn't remember that she said that. Did she believe the rumors about Karen? Okay, let me ask this question to you, ladies. Do you believe the rumors about Karen? I'll start with you, Lailah.
Yes, but just between us
and almost 2,500 people.
Right, but we all a family. This is family. Yes, I think Karen and Ray have some type of arrangement because he is so old. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
I don't think it's old. Karen had like some type of hall pass. I do. Okay. I've never heard anything to verify it.
Yes.
But my personal opinion is yes, I do.
Grace?
Yeah, I agree. I think they have an arrangement and for the same reasons as well. You know, they've been married a while. He's much older than her as well. And Karen is hot, you guys. Have you been seeing her in those dresses? She is running circles around those young girls. Like, she is hot. She looks amazing. So, yeah.
And she got fully activated, and apparently she will be fully activated for the rest of the season. Because in that moment, when Ashley brings that up about what Candace said, she didn't bring up what she said either, but okay. Karen gets activated, and I was like, whoa, here comes Karen. And it takes a lot for us Tauruses to get activated like this. And I have to say, Karen was like, you know what? Y'all not going to do this. You're not going to do this to the institution anymore. And Karen gets up and walks away from the table. You know, I don't like when the housewives walk away, but I feel like she spoke her piece and she's like, I'm done with it. And then she comes back. What did you guys say about me? What did you say about me? And Candace is just really like, I just wish Candace in that moment just owned it. Like, well, I said this, but I didn't believe it. Say that. I said that, but I don't believe it. I don't know. Look, I don't know. All right, let me just say thank you. Hold on, we got a couple of super chats. Seven, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you supporting the channel. She says Giselle is something else because she did the same to Candace last year by inviting Ashley to Williamsburg. I love how you guys remember things. Mia is a terrible host, not the girls eating Wawa. Another week of Robyn getting dragged. You know, one of the things that we didn't talk about is Robyn talking about her wedding during their little group outing. And she's like, I don't want to talk about it, but it's going to be small and intimate. And we saw in the mid-season trailer, she tells her mom that, you know, they're just going to go to Jamaica. And, you know, she has a conversation with Juan. You know, we're going to, I want to bring up this infidelity clause. All right. Reaction to Robyn and this wedding that she wants, a small intimate wedding.
It's not going to happen. I don't believe it's a real thing with her and Juan anymore. I believe they are co-parenting. And that's it.
That's it. Grace?
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. Andy already spilled the beans that it's not going to happen, you know, this season anyway. And it's just so wild how long she's gone without even talking about it. You know what I mean? Like when Ashley brought it up, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like, wow, she never she never talks about it.
And even when she does talk about it, she tried to use the excuse of Wendy being there. She doesn't want to talk about it in front of Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? But later in this mid-season trailer, Karen she's saying what we're all thinking, this fake ass marriage. And I'm like,
yes, Karen. Yes.
Like, damn. All right. We have TB, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Jackie / me are clearly schmoozing current and just thank you for the super chat. Is Jamal damn. Jamal Comey says Robyn and her Five Below speak. You know what? Bravo must have put her on a performance evaluation plan because she's pulling stunts like her paycheck depends on it. I've never seen a housewife go from well-liked to disliked so fast in one season. You're right. Right? J.I., thank you so much for the super chat, and we appreciate you being here. J.I. says Mia and Robyn are bringing it this season. What would we be talking about if it wasn't for the chaotic discord they brought this season? I loved it. Well, you know, here on the channel, everyone's opinion is welcome, even if I disagree. I'm joking. Okay, TB, thank you for another super chat. TB says Candace needs need for acceptance is her Achilles heel. There you go. That I do get that energy from her. I do get that, and I don't know why she wants to be accepted by those ladies. Maybe Karen, but okay. Jay, I thank you for another super chat. Jay says, I'm tired of Candace's body shaming this season. Her reads about Giselle's neck, Ashley's forehead, Mia's feet are all juvenile and tasteless. All right, and then we said it. Look, I know a lot of people enjoy Candace saying these things, and I know she's mentioned it even on Watch What Happens Live this past yesterday. It feels as if you have nothing else, so that's where you go. I remember when I was in 8th grade, my 8th grade teacher said to me, said to us as a group, because I don't cuss. She said, people that curse are, I forgot her exact words. She didn't say unintelligent, but she said they have a lack of vocabulary because they're not able to find other ways of expressing themselves. So that's always stuck with me. And I got that feeling from Candace. It was like, you are a smart woman. I know you're smart. I've seen quite a few interviews with you. I just feel like going towards those areas, it just seems so like, okay, you have to have something else. You have to have something else. Yes. How do you ladies feel about it?
It's so old. It's so lame. I don't understand why people call her a wordsmith, because her insults are very juvenile. And outside of that, she really goes to nasty places as well. When she, what did she say? She said that Giselle was raising the next generation of gutter. I'm like, who says that? Like she's very uncouth. And then the yo mama jokes. I'm like, so wordsmith where? This girl, she's so childish. I don't get it.
This week about lick the blackest part of my, I was just like,
so nasty. Yeah.
I felt it.
No.
I felt it. Yes, when you mad, yes.
Oh, okay, come on, Lailah. Tell me, how do you feel about Candace and things that she says?
I do think, yes, it's body shame, especially the big feet. Like the neck, I don't know. But the big feet, I do think stuff like that is body shaming. How Mia is just like a big woman and they kind of equate her to a man. I feel like that's, I don't know, like a little bit like there's some phobia in there. So I don't, at the same time, to me, it's petty, and I would rather see her be that kind of petty than to be the kind of petty that like lies on people's husbands, tries to break up people's marriages. Mm-hmm. Like I'd rather see her talk about somebody's feet than their marriage. And that's how they do her.
Okay. All right. Let me just thank you guys so much for the super chats. We appreciate you supporting the channel. AJ says editors threw Ashley a bone by splicing the convo. It's clear that wasn't the full context of what Candace said. Yeah, I do agree with that. Ms. Howe, thank you so much for another super chat. She says it'll be so small. It'll be so small that even Juan won't be there. in regards to Robyn's wedding. Damn. Oh my gosh. I mean, he has a lot more to be concerned about.
Yeah, with that lawsuit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Zoe, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, that fake wedding, I feel sorry for Juan. I don't. Look, I don't. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay. Miss Melon the Magic, she says, Juan's bunkmate is annoying and thirsty. This is why Juan Dixon was trending yesterday, guys, on Twitter, because everyone was not saying Robyn's name. They were saying Juan Dixon. I was like, why is Juan trending? I thought there was an update to that lawsuit. But no, everyone kept on referring to as Juan Dixon's roommate. I can't. He says it was sad seeing Karen hurt like that because she loves Candace. Neck rolls, Jizzy, and human sweatpants. Oh my gosh, are annoying. Mia handsome self needs to stop.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Muzzy, thank you so much for the super chat. Muzzy says people literally exposed a YouTuber affair, but no one can produce one photo of Karen and this alleged affair. It says, what YouTuber affair? Look, everybody's like, did I miss something? Wait a minute. Can y'all tell me in the chat? What the hell? Yeah, but Karen says this when she confronts Lailah. She's like, not one of you can produce anything in regards to me cheating. But Karen, I have to say, you told on yourself when you saw Mr. Blue Eyes doing the move in the fire and you were getting all hot and bothered. I said, wait a minute. A minute. Okay. All right, let's focus, guys. If you're just joining us, this is our weekly collaboration and weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm here with Lailah Lynn and Grace Report. Be sure to subscribe to their channels if you haven't already, and be sure to like the video. We have over 2,600 people here watching our recap, and thousands more that watch the replay. We appreciate you guys. I also want to know how you rate the episode, where you're watching from, what you thought about the episode, your reaction to some of the things that we're saying in regards to this episode. All right. So just when we think it's over, we have the dinner. Candace is crying. She gets up from the table. She goes to call Chris. Karen is back. But unlike the whole Kathy Hilton meltdown in Aspen, we get footage of the ladies hanging out after the cameras have stopped for the day, and they all are hanging out, having a good time, except, Jizzy. Jizzy decides to go back and, sleep. I probably would have went home and slept too. I'm just saying. I'm surprised Karen went, though. Can you believe that Karen went? 5'9" Karen went.
Mm-hmm. Good time.
Hanging out. She said, I'll go for a drink. And she was still with them at the end of the night, even when Mia stormed out for whatever reason. We never found out why she stormed out. Karen was still there. She said, the Grand Dame is still here. I was like, what? Okay, so ladies, we get footage. We get footage of Wendy and Robyn hugging it out. Were you not all going? What happened? What do you think happened?
It's the drinks.
I think they want to be friends, but a lot has happened, and Robyn's loyalty to Giselle is probably causing the rift.
Yeah.
What do you ladies think?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I didn't like that it was Wendy saying that she loves Robyn. First of all, Robyn didn't return the statement. So I was like, oh God, girl, after all this, you're going to tell this girl you love her and she antagonized you and filmed only you during this fight and just, why? See, her and Candace can be really frustrating for that reason. Like, I don't understand. I really don't.
Lailah? Lailah's taking a sip.
Yeah, I don't understand either, especially like Wendy apologizing to Mia. Like, I was so mad when I heard that. Like, I don't like them. It's almost at this point, I don't like them putting so much effort forth to people who are not giving them effort as far as friendship. You know what I mean? I don't enjoy seeing it at all.
Okay. All right. Well, then it turns quickly. Okay. It turns quickly from the ladies having a good time to Robyn and Candace going at it in the car. We get the footage, though, and the audio because Robyn calls Mia on FaceTime, and Ashley is videotaping from her lap. Okay, I don't like Ashley. That was a snake move, but for people that are wanting to be entertained, thank you. Look, thank you very much. We needed the receipts for the love of Kathy Hilton's meltdown. We needed the receipts. Okay, Lailah, I'll start with you. How did you feel about the back and forth between Candace and Robyn?
Between Candace and Robyn?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't recall seeing that part.
That's at the very end. Did you cut it out before?
Maybe it's my DVR because I watched it twice. Yeah, I watched it twice because I heard somebody mention that, and I was like, well, let me watch the end again. And I still didn't see it. So maybe my DVR didn't record that part.
Damn DVR. Well, let me let you tell you what happened.
Yeah, fill me in.
So they're all partying at the club, and it goes from them having a good time at the club, Wendy and Robyn hanging out and hugging, and it seems like they're having a good time. I think the drinks are overflowing. Mia ends up leaving, and for whatever reason, we still don't find out why Mia stormed out for whatever reason. Well, it goes left real quick in the car back home between Robyn and Candace, and she's like, "You're supposed to be." Candace is saying to Robyn, "You're supposed to be my real friend, and you're as fake as all of them."
Yeah.
Okay. And Ashley's recording all this. All you see is darkness, and every once in a while, with the light comes into the car, you see Ashley's face, and she's recording all of this on her phone. Grace, what was your reaction to this?
You know what I felt like? At the end of the day, Candace, you're the one who chose to sit over there, record yourself insulting your castmates, so you can't even blame Robyn, who's doing her job in bringing it up. You know, at the end of the day, you shouldn't have said it. As usual, her mouth gets her in trouble, then she blames other people for it.
Yeah, good point. The mid-season trailer plays after this scene, okay? And I want to know your ladies' thoughts on this, but before we get into the mid-season trailer, guys, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Lailah Lynn and Grace Report's channel. We'll be on Grace Report's channel next Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. PST. What time is it there in Europe?
7 o'clock.
Just because we have people that are watching abroad. We're worldwide. Let me just say thank you, Sharon. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sharon says Andy didn't enjoy Candace last night. Watch him light up tonight with Teresa on Watch. For a long time I felt like Andy did not like Candace. Anyone else?
For good reason. She brought up his child in that book, that Housewives confessional book and whatnot, right? Yeah, I wouldn't like her either.
Yeah.
Damn. Virgin Love, thank you so much for the super chat. Virgin Love says, we are going to call women over 5'6" tall not big. That's offensive. Love you though. Who? Wait. Okay.
I called Mia big. I said Mia's a big woman.
Oh, how tall is Mia? 5'6"?
I'm 5'6".
I don't think Mia's 5'6".
I feel like she's like 5'9".
Yeah.
Okay. Nelson, thank you so much for the super chat. Nelson says, plot twist. What is Robyn wants a small wedding because she knew what was coming up with Mr. Dixon, allegedly. Love your channel and this panel. Thank you, Nelson. I know a lot of people keep saying that Robyn knew that this whole drama at the school was coming up. I feel like the timeline is not lining up, even if they were investigating this beforehand. I just think Robyn is desperate to keep her job because she knows that she's probably not going to get married. And she knows her time's a ticking. Just saying.
Do you guys think Robyn gets anything on the side, kind of like Karen? Because like it's been a long time. It's been like almost 8 years now. Do you guys think she's doing something like Juan is, apparently? Is she doing anything on the side? Yeah.
I doubt it. Like, I don't think so. I think it's kind of one-sided. You know what I mean? Where he gets to step out, but I doubt she is.
because she needs this, needs him on her side.
Yeah.
Well, Danielle, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, at this point, I was here for it. Some people you can play fair with, or you can't play fair with. I think you mean.
Well, the Candace thing.
Yeah. Kia, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, why show love to someone that can't stand you?
Yeah, that's my question.
Thank you guys so much for the super chats. And if I missed your super chat, I apologize. I think I got everyone though. But if I did, I apologize. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. So before I let you ladies go, I want to know your reaction to the mid-season trailer. So in the mid-season trailer, we see a lot. And I'm not sure. I'm going to start with you, Lailah. Did this get you excited for the rest of the season?
Oh, yes. I've never seen Karen like that before. So yes, it definitely got me excited. Excuse me. You guys, I've been sick, kind of coughing and stuff. But yeah, just seeing Karen, her hair is flying and everything. Her and Sharice going back and forth. Yes, I want to see it. I can't wait.
Okay. Grace?
Yeah, I completely agree. Karen's activated, and I'm really happy we're getting away from the Chris storyline. I think it's been dropped at this point. So I'm just really looking forward to that as well. I want to see the confrontation between Chris and Ray, because Ray is so like, his mentality is so kind of old school, and Chris is like, I guess new school or whatever. So that's going to be an interesting kind of clash that happens a little bit later as well. And I want to see him confront Ashley.
I don't know if we didn't talk about this a little bit because they do bring up at the table about Chris and his tweets. And threats. That's how they were referring it. Threats towards Giselle and Ashley. How do you guys feel about that? I don't know if I want to see Chris confronting Ashley.
Right. Just from the optics.
Yeah.
Yeah. A man confronting a woman.
Especially with everything they're already saying about him.
Yeah. But you guys know Ashley. Ashley's going to be the one who goes over to him to try and antagonize because that's what she does. So I feel like if she comes knocking, he needs to respond, especially when she is leveling some sort of like, almost criminal allegations against him. So I am looking forward to that. And I think that she was reading that tweet. Is it called like in bad faith or like intentionally looking to misinterpret? It wasn't a threat. She knows it wasn't. And she was just trying to exaggerate to further paint a negative picture. And it's disgusting.
Yeah. One of the things that we also forgot to elephant brain's working. We forgot to talk about how Wendy apologized to Mia at the table when she did join them. We also didn't talk about how Mia kept on trying to say, no, I don't want her to be here when she was asked. And then Ashley was like, girl, I'm inviting her anyway. And that caused an issue between Ashley and Mia. How did you ladies feel about that?
Well, yeah, I hated that she apologized because I don't feel like it was on her. I feel like Mia should have been apologizing to her for hitting her, with her purse and throwing water on her. And I feel like sometimes they're trying to be the bigger person. Like you can tell different people on this show, especially like Karen, like they're looking at it from the viewer's point of view, like how is this going to go over? So I feel like Wendy apologized to be the bigger person so it can come over that, at least she apologized. But I felt like Mia was not deserving of an apology. And that probably feeds into Mia feeling like, she's on some type of pedestal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could totally see it in her. Like she felt like the queen bee. Mia's someone you can tell obviously doesn't really have friends. Like she's just on such like a trip, and it's just so like you're not used to having people like you or respond positively to you. So you're just really like abusing the situation for what it is. And I'm getting secondhand embarrassment for her. And the fact that Ashley called her a bully, first of all, Ashley was right. But I'd be embarrassed if Ashley Darby called me a bully because I think she's a huge bully herself, like, damn, that must be bad.
Well, there was another thing, because my elephant brain's working. There was another thing that happened when they were reliving, some of Karen's favorite moments. Mia's favorite moment was when G was like, to her, which when she showed it, I was like, ew. But did you notice what Mia's representative said? I hear that tongue is big. She's like, not that I know personally. And you saw Giselle's face. She's like, oh. And then we see the mid-season trailer. This becomes even more of a topic. And I know when they were in the car, Mia also talked about how Jacqueline was with her ex or something like that. Yeah. Tested out her ex or something. I was just like, and you wonder why we are all wondering, what is this relationship? Is this relationship more than a sisterly relationship?
I thought it was so funny, the car thing. I felt so embarrassed for finding it hilarious. I was like, well, that's a homegirl.
Gracie, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, remember Candace called out Andy Cohen also about making money off of the backs of Black women. Did she lie though? well. Reggie, thank you so much for the super chat. Reggie says, not saying it's true, but with so much filming, it is possible that Candace actually did forget what she said about Karen. Thoughts? It's very possible. Look, I forgot some things during this live, and it came to me later. It's very possible, but I don't know. I think in that particular moment, especially when she kind of lied later on, it was like, why would I say something like that to her? You guys were hanging out and you were real chummy until you weren't.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I do feel like she was conveniently forgetting. What do you ladies think?
I
feel the same. I just feel like when you're filming and stuff, the cameras being on would kind of make you remember, you know what I mean, what you're saying. It's not like you're just talking to your friend on a random night. Like when they're filming, I feel like that would etch it,
Mm-hmm. And the fact that Ashley came to her house, that was the first time she came to her house. And I think the only time, and Ashley said that it was at your house. So if she was at my house and Candace, she was having a good time talking about that alleged affair. She was laughing and kikiing about it. I think she would remember. It was especially after her telling Ashley that she knows that she's hanging around with a hockey player. That's a memorable night, you guys. She knew.
Oh. Damn. Let me say thank you, Tiffy. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says Robyn is going to Jamaica to take pics in her wedding dress with Juan, and that's it. You guys, look, I love y'all for real. T, thank you so much for the super chat. T says, what about Mia coming onto Ashley on behalf of her friend in the car? She's a creep like her husband, and those women are dangerous for the show. Ooh. Well, guys, don't forget, we have more season. This was only the mid-season trailer that came out this week. So we have more collaborations, more weeks of us covering this together. Don't forget, next week, we will be on Grace Report's channel recapping at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. PST, 7 p.m. European time. Okay. Guys, first, we got a couple more super chats. And I want to say thank you, ladies, again for being here. Let everyone know what's coming up for you this week.
Ooh. Do you want to start, Lailah, or me? I don't know.
You can go ahead.
Unorthodox life. I really want to get into that. And you guys, I am on TikTok. I'm going to go down the Bethany Frankel rabbit hole. Oh, in honor of the Meghan Markle documentary coming out. I will be doing that as well. But do you guys know, like, Bethany Frankel, she has this huge, like, raging hate, like, thing for Meghan Markle. And I was like, you know what? I feel like this might be rooted in racism. I'm sorry, but I feel like most people who hate her have like something going on from a racial perspective. So I did some digging, and oh my God, the amount of like racially questionable things she said, especially about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She called it the Real Housewives in the Hood. She was talking about them busting caps and pulling weaves and a bunch of other stuff. I'm really going to go through one by one her history of saying very questionable, I would even say racist things about Black women and women of color in general. That includes Latino people, Asian people as well. So I'm doing that on TikTok, and I will be sharing it on YouTube and Instagram as well. But yeah, Unorthodox Life, Bethany Rabbit Hole, and the Meghan Markle documentary. I want to be talking about that.
Yeah.
And we also need to, since we're talking about Netflix, I want to get into the Meghan Markle and Harry documentary, but I just got into Wednesday. That looks really, really good. I mean, that's not real life. It's entertainment. Just saying, but that sounds really juicy. Lailah, what's going on with you?
Well, I'm gonna get deeper into the whole thing with Askale because I really want to know what's going on. Like, we got to talk about that, people's husbands and everything like that.
Can you just mention the recent post that you did?
Oh, the receipts. Oh, and somebody, when I made that video, a source reached out to me. I am going to spill some tea from that source as well. I forgot. Yeah, I might do that tonight. Yeah, okay. Somebody reached out to me after seeing that.
Damn. See, first of all, you guys are the incredible content that you both create and the ideas, because it's not just reporting the news. You're actually like, no, I'm going to do a deep dive and I'm going to give you some interesting things. It's entertainment. So keep up the great work, ladies.
Thank you.
What was I going to mention? Wait, there was something else I wanted to mention. Oh, wait, let me just say thank you before I let you ladies go. Kataman, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you supporting the channel. Kataman says, Candace and Wendy need to have better boundaries with these ladies. Karen knows how to hold boundaries with these ladies. She knows how to hold people accountable and still be cordial with Mia, Robyn, and Giselle. Ooh, that's an interesting perspective. Wow. CE, thank you so much for the super chat. CE says, Candace's Insane Live clarified these ladies she was referring to. She also promoted Robyn's hats on the live, but Robyn took the part she wanted to hurt her. I agree. We mentioned that earlier too, CE, in regards to that. And basically it was a short live. It wasn't like you had to sit there and watch an entire hour or something. Belna, thank you so much for the super chat. Belna says, they all talked about bodies and they all nasty. Damn.
They do.
Look, damn. Okay. Hold on one second. There was something I wanted to say. I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. I think it was in relation to
Netflix.
Oh. Good Morning America. I just posted a video, guys. I don't know if you've been following the whole TJ Holmes and Amy Robach. Hey, Amy, situation.
Yeah.
Well, first
They're
of all,
so
nasty, but I was surprised that Disney, the owner of ABC, allowed them to just sort of like come back last week, but today the breaking news was that they have been put on pause. Okay, not pause forever, but they're trying to figure out the situation, and Gio Benitez and Stephanie Ramos are going to replace them this week. So like or I think it just finished GMA 3, which I never watched before. I will be watching now. Are they about to lose their jobs?
I don't think so. I think they're just being reprimanded for the moment. And I think it's because two things. TJ's comments when he was really smug on air, talking about he had the great week and it felt too short. I was like, you don't get to. I consider infidelity to be emotional and psychological abuse. It can even be physical if you're passing around STDs to people, doing what you're doing. So I hated the way he just got on the air like he did nothing. Like he didn't just destroy his wife emotionally. And then apparently he'd been having affairs with producers as well. Like this is repeated. I think they're investigating that, man, as they should.
Yep. Lailah, thoughts? She's like, yep.
From the way I heard it, the way I read it, you know how we were talking about Mia telling Jacqueline that her boyfriend was so good and she needed to experience it. I kind of heard it in a similar way with the producer, that he was dating the producer first.
And they're friends. Amy Robach and the producer are friends.
Yeah.
You think they were talking about?
I mean, I don't know, but that's the way I heard it.
Hey, Amy. Oh, speaking of sources and spilling tea, you all have been waiting for me to talk about the tea that I heard about Amy. I just have to confirm with another source, but Amy, do you have a history of doing this for the love of Matt Lauer? All right. All right. Anyways, ladies, it's always great having you both here. Guys, if you haven't already, we already have over 2,500 people here watching our recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac here with Lailah Lynn and Grace Report. Don't forget to subscribe to their channels and follow them on social media. And don't forget to let us know your thoughts. Replay crew, let me know your thoughts in the comment section about this episode, how you rate it, what you thought about it, all the things that we said, and your reaction to the mid-season trailer. Ladies, thank you all for being here. Everyone, have a great rest of your day and happy holidays. The holidays officially begun, as you can see. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.
Bye.